Okay, we go back to our matrix. Now we are trying to use method 2 to get the determinant. Now I'd mentioned that a determinant is a very important concept that we need to master. And so having a number of ways to do it actually helps. Okay, this, in my opinion, is a quicker method and easier to visualize. Okay, so with this method, what is crucial is to first write the matrix that you're given, just the way I've written it. Then you have to go in and copy these two columns here. Okay, you copy this one, you copy that one, and then you copy this one as well. Then you go to this column, you copy it. Okay, just the way these numbers are, you copy them just like that, and then you copy A32 like that. Once you finish copying this, you now work with your diagonals. Okay, but what is key is to now know, okay, now to know that this is positive, that is positive, that is positive, and here it's negative, 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 like that. So now what you need to be able to do is start off with this diagonal first. So this diagonal, maybe let me use a different color. I'll use blue. So this diagonal will come like that. That's the first line that you make. Then you make two other diagonals following the same. You'll see I've made that one. Then I have an opportunity to make one last diagonal. Otherwise, after this, I cannot make any other diagonal. Now we'll get a different color. Let's say green. In the exam, you can use any color. You can use just your normal pen or pencil, whatever. That's my first diagonal. Then I've got my second diagonal here. Then I've got my third diagonal. So the way these have moved is that I've got negatives and then I've got positives. So the positives are the ones that are coming down like this, following the main diagonal. Remember we said the main diagonal was this. So now what am I going to use these for? Okay, so now this is what is very important. What am I going to use it for? I'm going to use it to calculate my determinant. So my determinant will be just the way I've put my lines. I start with this one. Okay, I multiply A1, but I carry my sign here. This is positive, so it's A1. And then I have A22. And then I have A33. So remember, here I'm multiplying. And then I'm going to add another one just with the signs. Okay, so that sign, I'm going to add this one, A12. Okay, then I have A23. Then I've got A31. Like that. Then I add another one, which is this one, which is A13. Okay, then I've got A21 there. Then I've got A32. Okay, then I'm going to go the opposite direction now, going up. So I'll have A31. Then I'll have A22. Then I'll have A13. Another sign that will be carried along is a negative again. So I have A32. I have A23. Then I have A11. Okay. Then the last one that I'll carry is this one, which is A33, A21, and then I have A12. Okay, so like that. So if I multiplied these lines and then I follow the summations and the subtractions, then I'll get my determinant. So let's use the same example that we used, and then we see if this method will work. Okay, so we have this example. They want us to find the determinant. Now we use the second method. So we said that the second method then gets the whole matrix that you've been given or that you formed, and then you get the first two columns, okay, these two, and then you repeat them outside the magnitude signs, okay. So here we have 5, and then here we're going to have 1, and then there we're going to have 5. Here we're going to have 5, and then we'll have 2 and 2. We emphasize that this is minus, that's minus, that's minus. This is positive, and that's positive, and that's positive. And we said that the first one that we take into consideration was the main diagonal. Then you're going to get the other ones that are aligned same as it. So the positive signs are going to come down with it. These negatives are also going to follow this path. Okay, so I've got that one. I've got this diagonal. Make sure you make the correct diagonals, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, so I've got my diagonals. I've made sure. Normally I just check, there's one left here, there's one left there. Then I know I've created proper diagonals, and then each must have 3 terms. Otherwise, if you cut across, you'll find that the best is to know where the main one is and maybe the supporting one is. Then you'll make sure that it follows that path. So the method is easier when you put the products here. Okay, so 2 times 5 times 14, that's 10 times 14. That is 140. I come here, 5 times 5 times 3. That is going to be 25 times 3, negative 75. Here I've got 2 times 1 times 2. So this one will give us 4. Okay? But remember, these have come from this side where we have positives. These are coming from this side where we're going to have negatives. So this is 10 times 2, that's 20. But then we're carrying a negative, so we'll put it there. This one is going to be 2 times 3 times 5. Again, 10 times. This is going to be negative 30. Okay? But then negative 30 with a negative. Like that. Okay? So we're just going to put them with their signs. Okay? Not to think subtraction, addition. We're just going to put them with their signs. Or you can just multiply, then subtract, add these, add those, and then subtract the top from the bottom. But it's just good to follow a certain order. Then 14 times 5 is going to be 70. Okay, there's no negative sign anymore. Okay, so I continue. I find this is going to be negative like that. Okay, because of this negative here. Okay, so it's going to be negative. This one negative, there's a negative here, so we have 2 negatives. Here it's negative, no other negative, so that's that. So if I added these, okay, if I added these, I'm going to get negative 20 plus 30. Okay, that's 10. Then minus 70, that's minus 60 here. Okay, then if I come here, I'll get 65. Here I'll get 65. And then 65 plus 4, I'll get 69. Okay, so now remember we've already applied our signs everywhere. So now our determinant will just be the sum of these two, which is minus 60 plus 69. which is equal to 9. I think that's the number we got in the previous one. Or alternatively, what you can do to simplify is to ignore all the signs, but just know that this you're going to subtract whatever total you get here, you're going to subtract it from this one. So here I just add whatever signs I have, I add. Then here I don't consider these signs. So meaning that here I'll have, here I'm going to have a positive, here I'm going to have something like that, then here I'll have 70. So at the end of the day, this number will be positive. So my solution is going to be like that. It's going to be 69 minus 60, which is going to be 9. Because then I subtract everything that I've added on top from everything I've added below here. So it's up to you. Okay, so this is how you get determinants. Using this method, I feel this method is easier. It's more organized, it's cleaner. So it's up to you. The two methods that we've gone through. All right, so thank you and all the best.